Two amazing flagship caliber Android smartphones, two very different prices attached to them. In our latest comparison, we're pitting the just recently launched Samsung Galaxy Note 9 against a formidable competitor in the OnePlus 6. Sure, they're widely viewed as premier smartphones that have cult followings, but as much as they may share the same platform, these two are vastly different in their intentions. We love the designs of both phones, but who doesn't, because they pretty much exhibit the glass meets metal designs that have become the standard amongst the flagship range. Between them though, the Note 9 features the more complete and meticulous design, mainly because it's able to cram in so many things into its frame, but the OnePlus 6 is still a gorgeous looking phone and has the better in the hand feel. However, Samsung's design still has an ace up its sleeve in the form of an IP68 water resistant construction. Despite the size advantage of the Note 9, it doesn't really have a significantly larger display. It's packing a 6.4-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display, while the OnePlus 6 has a 6.3-inch HD Plus AMOLED screen. So yeah, there's really not a huge size difference, nor is there a noticeable detail superiority for either one. They look pretty sharp and detailed, especially from normal distances. The only advantage going for the Note 9 is its stronger brightness output of 575 nits versus the 423 nits put out by the OnePlus 6. Yes, it's Android at the core here, but their experiences go in totally different directions. On one hand, you have the straightforward hands-on approach with the Oxygen OS on the OnePlus 6, which doesn't add redundancies with the experience. And on the other, Samsung's experience with the Note 9 is arguably one of the most features-rich out there, almost overwhelming at times. However, it's purposeful because it does indeed cover the gamut, as it works for both average Joes and those professionals that crave much more. And adding to that is the S Pen. It's a unique companion that honestly has no other equal in the space. It's been upgraded with new tricks, but it's still the only thing around that offers a seamless paper and pen experience. So this version of the Note 9 is powered by the Exynos 9810 processor, while the OnePlus 6 is leveraging Qualcomm's Snapdragon 845. And in the benchmark tests we ran, they're pretty much even in all those areas. In real life, however, we feel as though there's slightly more responsiveness with the core functions using the OnePlus 6. So this includes stuff like switching between apps, scrolling through the browser, and much more. Now for some, it may be indistinct, but for those with a knack for detail, it simply shows how the straightforward UI approach of the OnePlus 6 can boost its performance. The OnePlus 6 is available in either 64, 128, or 256GB capacities, while the Note 9 comes with either 128 or 512GB of storage. Now the good thing about the Note 9 is that there's expansion courtesy of its microSD card slot, while there's none with the OnePlus 6. Things get even juicier when we take a peek at their cameras, both of which go for the dual camera implementation. With the OnePlus 6, it packs a 16-megapixel main camera with OIS, and the secondary is a 20-megapixel one. Meanwhile, the Note 9 goes with the main 12-megapixel camera with OIS and a variable aperture, and the secondary camera is a telephoto one. When it comes to the shooting experience, we'll certainly give it to the Note 9, mainly for the fact that it offers an abundant set of modes to choose from. Frankly, they both produce outstanding photos with almost little distinction if you just quickly glaze over the shots. However, there are some things we're able to pick out. We found out the OnePlus 6 offers better dynamic range, managing to evenly expose shadows and highlights, whereas the Note 9 tends to overexpose the highlights. Details, on the other hand, are both nearly identical. Under low light, we were leaning towards a crushing victory for the Note 9, but that's not really the case. Even though its overall performance is indeed better, offering better exposure when there's barely any light, with more details and less noise, the OnePlus 6 manages to deliver solid results as well, although it's slightly underexposed with softer details. Yes, there's a noticeable level of noise in the shadows, but it's not terrible. Impressively though, the OnePlus 6 does better in low light when there's a strong contrast with light sources in the scene. Admittedly, both phones produce favorable video footage, seeing that there's an abundance of details, smooth stabilization, and rich colors. If there's one big difference, it has to be that the Note 9 often increases the exposure with shadows, so that more details are drawn out, whereas with the OnePlus 6, it ends up appearing darker. When it comes to placing and accepting phone calls, both handsets are fit for the occasion by offering strong volume outputs, pleasant voices with minimal distortion, and speakerphones that are audible in noisy conditions. Yet another advantage for the Note 9 on paper is its larger 4000 mAh battery versus the 3300 mAh one in the OnePlus 6. In our battery benchmark test, the Note 9 achieved a mark of 8 hours and 56 minutes, while the OnePlus isn't too far behind at 8 hours and 10 minutes. so the OnePlus 6 does a decent job with its battery performance. Additionally, its dash charging technology is pretty remarkable because it charges the phone faster at only 80 minutes, while the Note takes just a little bit more at 109 minutes. But then again, that could be attributed to its larger battery. We will note, however, that we appreciate the Note 9's wireless charging capability, something that's not available with the OnePlus 6. As we stated at the beginning of this comparison, we have two flagship-caliber smartphones with vastly different intentions. Well, the same can be said about their prices because the Note 9 fetches $4,000, while the OnePlus 6 is easier in the pockets with a starting cost of $530. The difference there is apparent. It's substantial to say the least, but there's always the argument for choosing either device as the winner. If you're just looking for a phone that covers the essentials without adding any fluff in the process, then the OnePlus 6 is without question the phone to go with. At nearly half the cost, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles of its rival, but it still managed to go toe-to-toe in several key areas, like its impressive camera performance and battery life. On top of that, you're getting a premium design phone that looks just as good. Now, if money isn't a problem, or if you simply want the best of the best, then the Note 9 is the logical choice. Despite costing nearly double the cost, you're getting features that are absent with the OnePlus 6, like wireless charging, a water-resistant construction, a heart rate sensor, iris sensor, double the storage, a microSD card slot, and a versatile camera rich with various shooting modes. The list goes on, and there's still the addition of the S Pen and all of those productivity features with the software. And that is it. If you want to learn more about them, you can check our website, PhoneArena.com. This is John V, signing off.